Hello and welcome to the model of product journey. In the last video, we discussed about the concept testing and its importance. As we discussed in the previous session, that the concept testing is the process of testing your concept before launch, so you can confidently put it into the market with the pretty good understanding of how your customers will feel and how they will. So there are both qualitative and quantitative approaches. Concept can be tested quantitatively and then qualitatively. Quantitative methods for the concept testing include the focus groups, online communities, and in-depth interviews that allows you to uncover rich qualitative feedback from current or prospective customers relating to your planned product. Ethnographic or the self-ethnographic are the other alternatives, particularly if the concept you are testing is in the prototype form that consumers can interact with at the home. The primary quantitative method used for testing concept is an online quantitative survey, an approach that allows you to test at the scale. There are four main approaches for the concept testing in the new product, and each has its own pros and cons. First is the monadic testing. So monadic testing is where the audience is divided into groups, and then each group is given one concept in isolation and asked to evaluate it via a series of questions. For example, they might be asked to rate the design, evaluate the price, or give feedback or the packaging. The pros of monadic testing are there is less room for the order bias since there is concept are shown and then evaluated in the isolation. It's easier for the user. They only have one product to focus on and all the questions apply to that product. It encourages more profound feedback as user dive deeply into one concept instead of the skimming over the several different ones. On the other hand, the main drawback to monadic testing is that it requires a larger sample size to evaluate enough reliable data. It can be costly to gather all the necessary participants and challenging to find enough people to assess the niche concepts. Next is sequential monadic testing. So in the sequential monadic testing, multiple concepts are evaluated one after the other. Each participant sees two or more concepts presented in random order. Participant answer questions about each one in turn. The main benefit is that fewer people are needed, so this results in the following: being cheaper to gather enough people and set up the testing, taking less time to collect the sufficient amount of the data. It also works well with niche markets where there might be or there might not be many potential customers. The main downside is that it takes longer to carry out each test since participants evaluate multiple concepts instead of just one. The next one is the comparative. In comparative testing, concepts are shown next to each other and participants evaluate all of them at the same time. It's an effective way to find out how one concept compares directly against the another in the eyes of the customer. The main advantage of the comparative testing is that it is suitable for measuring small differences and drilling down into the specific advantages or and the drawbacks of each product. The main downside is that its comparative nature means that it's not very effective when both the products are flawed. The next is proto-monadic. So in the proto-monadic concept testing, it is a blend of monadic and the comparative testing. Customers evaluate a product via monadic testing and then are shown the same product compared to another. It's done to confirm that initial monadic results to gain a more steady overall conclusion about the product's strength and then weaknesses. Then what to measure after the testing? So there are multiple things which we can measure. Here are some common items which we often measure as part of the concept testing. Overall reaction to the product, reaction to the different elements of the product, need for the product compared to the current market, comparison with the other products on the market, likes and dislikes, purchase likelihood, pricing analysis, and likelihood of use. That's all in this video. Thank you for watching.